Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Craft the World. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, I did do a little bit while we were gone. I went ahead and came back in here and refreshed the food. It was almost completely empty, guys. That all was just completely gone. I don't know if these cobwebs just keep reappearing, but it seems like they're always over here in the same spot. Something else I went ahead and did is I'm going to be moving this elevator unit here pretty soon because I am building another one over here. Now, I had to do this manually myself, because there's really no way to come down here and build in the middle of the sky without taking over one of these dwarves and just telling them to do it for you. Don't know what has happened with some of these guys. They've gotten a little confused. They don't know exactly what to do. There you go. Go do something, guys. In fact, let me take you over, control you, and I'll put this elevator unit down myself because they have been kind of taking their sweet little time on this one. In fact, I've had to do most of this myself, just because they do not like this area at all. So here we go. Now that should get me down perfect level to where I need to be. In fact, I can go ahead and start getting rid of this one right here. Sorry guys, almost got there. I have gotten rid of one of the elevator units before, and you don't lose it. You get it back in its entirety. You don't get little pieces out of it or anything like that. The downside I have seen to getting rid of it is it takes a little while for them to put it back up. So that's definitely a thing. Let's see, since you guys are already up there. Now this is going to get me directly right here on this level. It's not going to go down any further. Ideally, if I want to, I could have moved this down 2 more or 3 more spaces, or actually I'd have to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more spaces to line up with this one. But that would allow the creatures to enter my base, so I kind of chose against that. Maybe later on, once I build that shaft and I make sure it's like well protected and I have enough resources to do iron or steel, which is just outrageous, never going to happen. Steel things all the way down for the hatches and the portals, and be able to protect it with Tesla towers the whole way. I could do something massive like that, build just this huge building or something. But until I get to that point, this is going to be the safest bet. And if I'm going to do something that massive, moving this down like 5 more squares at that point really isn't that big of a hassle. Like, that's going to be the easiest out of all the things I'll have to move around. We are going to continue to finish this shaft to get it down as far as possible. You can see, guys, it goes down a long way. Pick up the scaffolding that I've left behind, make sure I don't leave that. We need a lot of it, and this is a place I'm going to use it, so it's not really going to waste. But we got a really long way to go. Let's see, you guys never put that down. Let's put a portal here that you guys don't have to climb all the way down. And I'll start digging straight down here. That's already pretty well dug out. I mean, just a few more squares. Yeah, that's... Hopefully it can get down to here and not like halfway here in the middle of the room. If it stops like halfway here, that's just going to be classic. That's what it always does. It never quite lines up. But this is the bottom. This is the floor we're going for, because anything lower is going to be lava. In fact, I may try to get it to go to lava just to see what my dwarves do. Maybe they know something more than I do, but they're just not able to get down here and do it because the lava's there. Obviously, they do not die right away when they fall into that. But it's not something that you definitely want to, you know, spend a lot of time doing for sure, is, you know, being down there. Let's see, we need to put this here. Again, they just do not want to build any of these things down here. I'm not sure why, but it's kind of annoying. Let's build this and this. We'll have to get rid of this torch. And, you know, the reason I'm putting those down rather than putting dirt down is just because I like the way it looks. I like my guys to be able to every so often come down through this area. Why, oh why, oh why will you guys not build these things? They are perfectly fine being built right here. It's not against the rules for them to be built right here, so please, for whatever reason, build my little things. Otherwise, I'm going to have to come back and do it, and that's really annoying. There we go. Finally they will do it. Let's go ahead and dig that out as well. Yes. You guys are doing what you need to do.
Uh-oh.
And by the time we get this done, I mean, we may not even need it anymore. But again, this is the first time that I've really had the chance to mess around with it, and I want to do as much as possible. Did somebody die down here? No, it's just a book. Cook. Oh, yeah, it's a cookbook. Okay, 13th edition. I really wish there were other editions. It would be kind of cool to read those out and maybe learn different recipes. As it is, they just basically give you... Sorry, guys, I'm moving around a little bit. Basically, they give you the recipes as you go through the tech tree, just like they give you all the other recipes. Minecraft has it where you have access to everything right off the bat, but you have to learn what they are yourself, and then once you know what they are, you just remember the recipe, and you're good to go. I would like a combination of the two. I would like it where you still have to, reach a certain tech, and you could only do them in a certain order, but you still need to go out and like find the recipes on the map as well. So if you want to make, like spinach stew or something weird, if you, search the map, I'll like give you the basic ones, give you the ones that they know you're going to use all the time, but then at some point give you some more advanced ones, some like little luxuries basically that you can, get. Oh, why will you guys not build this thing? Like, it's right here. You should be able to build that just fine. There's nothing in the way. I mean, I'll even go one step further, guys, and I'll give you scaffolding to do it. It's a little ridiculous why you don't want to come over here to this side. They do have the ability to put blocks down 2 squares away, but it seems like they won't ever take advantage of that unless you're controlling them. Yeah, see, that's just what they wanted to do right there. Let's put this down. There we go. Nope, you're losing your scaffolding because you want to be a butthead guy. So you're going to climb that whole way up there. You're going to have to do a Mission Impossible where he's climbing up the face of the mountain for no reason other than that it looks cool. Like, why would he be doing that? He wouldn't. He'd be doing something else with all his talents. Climbing a mountain, probably not the most, extensive thing that he could be doing, and not most challenging thing, I'm sure. I mean, the dude, foils governments for a living. I'm pretty sure he could do something a lot more difficult than that. I am going to tell them to get a little bit of wood because not all my guys are doing anything right now. Some of them are just kind of sitting there. I don't really have a lot for them to do while I build that mine shaft. So I've been trying to keep them busy with the resources up here. Now, ideally, if you're going to do this, if you're going to build these areas this close, you want enough room for your trees to grow full height. Now, this is about as tall as they will get. They might go 1 or 2 more taller than that, but that's pretty much as tall as they're going to get. Clearly, the roots are able to go down into the tree, and the tree is able to go up, so there's not being blocked. But you do want to make sure that you leave enough room, enough height for these guys to get as big as they're possibly able to get. Now, as you can see, you won't always get trees that are this height. You get the smaller ones, you get ones that look exactly like this that only go 1 or 2 or 3 high. So you're not always going to get these, but why limit yourself from getting them at all? Because at some point you probably will. They will grow into bigger and bigger trees as time goes on. It just seems like it takes a little while, sometimes more so than others, and than the ones that you see right off the bat that seem to just spring up overnight and constantly are just huge trees. It's kind of the same way in real life. If any of you guys have ever, grown trees or plants or anything like that, you'll notice that some of them just do better, some of them are stronger, some of them grow bigger and faster than the other ones that you plant at the exact same time. I love like avocados, and so I have a lot of those, in my yard that I grow, and you get a lot of avocados from one tree. You just have to wait a long time for it to grow and get to that point. Same thing with like apple trees. I think it's something like 5 or 7 years before it produces any apples. So you want to plant them, ahead of time before you're actually ready for it. But, like I said, just some do better than others. And so it's kind of cool that that's incorporated into the game. I like that. Now, let's see. Am I supposed to go right or left? I think it's going to be right. Yeah, I'm going to the right. Okay, so that's perfect. That's exactly what I want to do. Man, this is a long way down here. I'm finally just now getting here, guys. One more elevator should do it. Should get me all the way down. Yeah, I think that's going to be perfect. It's going to get me all the way down to probably about here. Maybe a little bit lower, but not much lower. It's not going to get into the lava level, which is, perfectly fine with me at this stage. Let's see, we need to put these things down. That way it can connect over. And then we'll put the rest of these, which we're going to run out, like right there. Okay, that's good. And I'll put some dirt down over here. Rather than put... actually, no, we won't put that there. We'll put this here. That way, if we do want to go underneath, we still have that ability to do that. And then we're going to continue to go and search this direction. We're going to go straight over and get that done. Something I want to do before I forget again. I know I said I was going to do it like 14 episodes back. Actually, it's only been like 4 episodes. But I did say I was going to do it a while back, and I've completely spaced on it. Something I've been, kind of hoping to do here fairly soon is put these things down. I mean, I have 2 more of them left, and I finally have the resources to do it. I'm going to be using steel. I did hope to use that steel on other things, but I need to get these things done for sure before I run out of that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet and use it on that. Use some stone, which I have just, a nice amount of, but if I ever start using it on anything, I'm going to run out of that pretty quickly. I don't think I'll be able to use the mine shaft in stone, which would look rather cool if I could do that. There we go. So one more piece that I have left to build, and then I still have to find one more guardian. So let's see, we're going to use a little bit of gold here. Steel, yeah, the steel is just, it's a pig, man. It uses so much of it. Mithril, which is, it uses less of it, but mithril is harder to find, so I guess it kind of evens itself out in that regard. But still, I mean, it's the in-game item. Like, once you're ready to build these things, you're pretty close to going on to the next level or being done with that level altogether. So it really isn't that bad. And I guess if you got down to it, you could always, like I said, use gold to buy more pieces that you needed to build that, or take apart some of the resources that you had before, as far as like mithril armor and stuff like that. You can always recycle it. It's not exactly ideal, but it's definitely an option if that becomes a thing, if that's something that you actually have to do. We'll put some scaffolding down here because it doesn't seem like they really want to tackle any of this stuff. In fact, they're going down here before they go up there. And again, it just does not want to build this thing. And if I get rid of it now, it may go ahead and let me stop that one just so I have one left in there. Actually, it's not in my inventory right now. That means somebody actually has it on them. There is somebody actually physically carrying that item right now. A few of my dwarves had fallen seriously, like just almost killed themselves because of how far they had fallen. So I'm going to select them real quick, and I'm going to check if anybody's lower than 2 health. I'm going to have them go back. They should, on their own, actually be able to use potions. But if they're not getting attacked, sometimes they just fail to use that. They don't realize that they are that low. Like, that guy's about to die. These guys are about to die. You're waiting on something. I don't know what you're waiting on. You're collecting resources. Let's send you to bed anyways. You're collecting that. Actually, pretty much everybody is going to be going to bed here. There's only going to be a few people. I should have let you finish your construction. You were, like, right there on the resource. And some of these guys actually have the resources on their back right now. And so when they go to bed, the items are going to be sitting right there next to their bed. It's going to fall onto the ground. Can you not go to bed? There you go. I was going to say, do you not have a bed? I thought everybody had one. Okay, everybody... Pretty much everybody is going to sleep. Yeah, okay, so there's a few people waking up now. Let's scroll back down and see what's our little... Where are we at? Where is our mine shaft? This is the reason I want to add the illusion in there, that whole look to it, so I can find it pretty easy when I want to. Plus, it's just going to be pretty sweet to do. I mean, I think that's going to be one of the best ideas I had so far, and as far as like look categories go, because it's actually going to be, functional, and then it's also going to just look really, really sweet. So here we go. We're going to do this straight down right here, and hopefully this will be the end of it right here. This will be as far down as we need to go, and the tracks almost reach. There's just one away. In fact, no, that's going to be absolutely perfect. No, it's not. Yeah, I still got 2 back here, so I'm still going to need one more to connect, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. That's one space. They get off the elevator and they walk, and then they get onto it, and they can ride the thing all the way down over here. And I need to put one of these here. That way, if I do build that farm over here, my guys can at least get here fairly quickly without using the potions, which I really, really go through so quickly, far quicker than I should. Let's see, got some crystal there. I don't really need that right now. Some more over here. Let's put that down. Again, did not put any of these things down like I asked it to. Not quite sure why. Let's grab this over here to get rid of those. And it would be nice if they had a function in here for, like in Minecraft, if you don't want to fall off the edges, you can hold down a certain button and it will stop you from going over. It'd be cool if they had it. And again, it's just a luxury. It's not something they have to throw in. But if you could hold down a button, that will allow you to go just in a straight line. Or maybe even have it where you can hold down a button, and instead of drawing just one straight line, maybe you draw like a 3-row straight line of chopping down resources. And that way you can make nice, even tunnels of a certain type, you know, a certain height or something like that. Clear a big area away, or at least tell them to clear a big area away without having to go in there and click on each individual button. Again, it's like nitpicking on that one, because, you know, a lot of people may not even like that feature. But because I do big areas, it would be nice to be able to just be like, oh, just do that. You know, just come over here in this you know, section and do 3 wide or 4 wide or 5 wide, maybe by clicking the button again and again, or maybe once you hold down control, you click the mouse 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and now it's 4 wide. You know, that way I can do this whole tunnel really, really quickly, as far as just giving them the orders. Because a lot of the time you'll be doing something else. You'll be concentrating on decorating or something along those lines, and you won't have as much time to sit here and like baby them as I do, which is fine. Like that's not a bad thing, but it's definitely something you want to consider when making like hot buttons. You know, like that would be a cool thing if they integrated that in there. Before I get too far ahead, I am going to come back up here and I'm going to start redecorating this thing, trying to figure out what design I want. Now let's go through the different stuff we have. I'm going to use better lights. So I'm going to take down all those lights that we have right there, and I'm going to use like scones or something along those lines. Now I could use stained glass windows, really expensive to do, but it might be worth it to do it if I use that as like the entire backdrop. I don't know, that might be overboard. It might be, maybe I can throw stained glass windows in there as like the mosaic every so often, just to break up and say floor 1 stained glass windows, floor 2 you know, the wooden round windows or mirrors or tapestries or something along those lines. Pictures going all the way down. It's something we can experiment with. But for now, we need to figure out what type of block we want. And so we can use wooden walls. We can use stucco. Stucco actually has, I think, 3 or 5 different versions of itself. Once you put it down, you click on it again with another block, and it will show you a different illusion, a different look to it. So stucco might be something we could go with, although stucco looks a lot like sand, and you know, I don't want it to get confused on the map. You know, when I go through it, I want it to kind of be pronounced that, oh, okay, that's the tunnel, not sand, you know, so I don't really want to go with that one. Stone walls, definitely something we could do. It's going to use a lot of resources, water and sand mainly, and then of course stone. We're going to go through that pretty quick. Bricks would look kind of cool, but again, you have to make every single one of your bricks to just make one piece of the brick wall, and then still is just not possible. Still is not something we're ever going to be able to make that many walls of. It's just yeah, that's not happening. We do have flower reliefs. Flower reliefs probably would go better with stone, maybe. I don't know, stone and that one. It doesn't. I mean, this one's definitely a lot lighter, so maybe not a thing on that one. Let's see. So that's pretty much it. Those are the only designs that I can throw on the wall. I guess we can go with stone. No, stone's gonna look too much like actual stone. I guess we'll go with brick. Brick is gonna be the only thing we can do. So let's see. What do we need to make brick? We need clay, water, and coal. That's going to be a lot. Let's go ahead and make everything we can. There we go. We need more clay. Clay is going to use water. Yep, we're going to have to go get a lot more water. So let's do 40 of those. That way we can do more brick. Let's see, where was it at? Brick. There we go. We'll do as many as possible on this one. 66. So they're going to make 96 of those bricks, which is perfect. Once those are starting to be done, we can make a few more of these. The reason I saved some of that clay is because you need the clay and the brick to start making these things. And I'm going to need a crap ton of these things. So let's see, how much more clay do we have? Probably not enough. Where is it? Clay. There we go. So let's do a little bit more now that we don't need any more of that water for anything else other than potion making, which we're desperately going to need a lot of. Actually, let me put this down on the hotbar so I can actually start seeing where that is. We'll do the food. We don't need that right now. So I'll start putting this down. That way we can get a nice look at that. And again, every so often I will come back and I will destroy some of the stuff that we have put down, some of the brick, and put down like the windows and put like carpet and tapestries down on top of that, just to give it a breakup. So like every room looks a little different from one another. Now ideally, if you were going to do this and you wanted to make it look like a lobby, you would have it where this is one space away from each other, and you could put like a little potted plant, a little vase or a vase right there, maybe even a couch if you want it to look like a luxury setting, you know, and have it look kind of cool. That does mean they have to travel farther to get into the elevator and go down. But I mean, that's really what, a half a second that you're talking about when you have one or two spaces there. So just consider that when building what I'm doing right here, that you can make it look rather luxurious right there. Holy crap, I don't know why I cannot talk tonight, guys. It's just one of those nights. But if you don't want to do it right here in the center, you can always do it off to the side, and it will probably look just as good. Just remember that when you're starting it, how big you want to make it. Of course, what you could do, though, is actually have the section where they're sitting a couple wider, bigger than the actual shaft that goes down. That could actually add a pretty cool look to it, so you can see right off the bat where the junction points, where the actual floors are, and then where the shaft is. And the shaft would, you know, when I look at it, I think it actually would look rather cool with this stuff as like the actual, you know, like if you look into an elevator shaft, it's all metal, like it's not brick or anything like that, unless you go to a really, really old building, and then you may have those bricks in there. But yeah, this is definitely the way to go on that one. I think brick is going to look pretty good. Now we do need to build some lights. Where are my lights? I want some nice ones. I want some ones that add comfort. I believe they're in this one, right? I don't see my... Oh, here we go. So these small chandeliers, they add 4 comfort. What do these guys add? 2 comfort. Okay, so what do I need to build these guys? These guys take iron. That's out of the picture. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to go with wall lamps. Iron, you just don't get enough of it, guys. So I apologize, but you're just not going to get enough of that. Wood, I need to make more, or go get more of. And glass and oil, I think I have a pretty good amount of glass. Yeah, I have a pretty good amount of glass. Oil, on the other hand, I'll probably have to make a bit more. So let's do that real quick. Let's do 30 of them, because I'm going to do a lot of lights down here. And as you can see right now, this does count as part of my base. This little one area right here. But I'm going to do the other ones just because it's going to look nicer. And I'm already spending all the effort to make this look extremely nice as it is. I may actually come up here and add this into the whole thing. But for now, because it's part of my base, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to come up here and add any of the tiles or that sort. Fortify the house. The stronger the walls of the shelter are, the harder it will be for most monsters to get through them. Replace any fragile earthen walls with stone or brick ones. And I got 25,600 experience points, 1 glass, and 1 wooden staff. Okay, well, we have a wave incoming in about 50 seconds. Let's see, what do you got? I did build this guy, or it should say I put in the effect of building this guy, a mithril staff. It's on the way. As soon as they decide to build it, you know, I'm definitely going to put it on him. But in the meantime, he doesn't have it. So I'm going to give him his mage skill just so that he has it right now. And I'm going to give him mining that I do not have. So you're just going to have to do without mining for now, man. And we're not doing very much mining anyways, so I think we're fine on that one. And everybody has gone to sleep. I made sure that they were all well rested. Let's see, no more. You're still making the bricks. What about the rest of you guys? You guys are still making the bricks. So I may have to wait in between this video and the next one. And I'll probably just let them do their crafting. Let them build the bricks. Let them start making the tiles. And in the meantime, I'll let some of the other guys go off and harvest some wood and get some more water, because we're definitely going to need that. But we'll fight this wave first before we end the episode. And I may actually call it here after this one. I don't know if I'm going to keep going tonight or not, because I do want to do the multiplayer, but at the same time, like I said, guys, I really want to get through a lot of this stuff, especially something like this. This is going to take a long time to do. I want to make sure this is done before the multiplayer gets here, so that I don't have to actually, you know, hold off on multiplayer before I start doing this stuff. But I don't want to do too much of this stuff that you guys are like, okay, we get it already, you're building. You know, they want to see more than that, and I completely understand that. Is the portal spawning right here? Oh, this is just where the portal's falling. Okay, I get it. Jeez, I wish that would hurt those doggies. I really, really wish it would. Because they cheat so much. Okay, so let's see. How much power do I have? 9? That should be enough. I'm going to go ahead and tell my guys to start, you know, bringing their formation up here to this little spot. Because I don't have any wooden traps down. I've stopped doing that for the last, like, 5 or 6 waves. I don't have any wooden traps down. It's just these steel containers that stop a few of them every once in a while. And it looks like this guy is walking right through it just fine. Like, these guys do not get stuck. Huh. Why is that? That's kind of messed up. I don't remember that being a thing. Are they saying they're so quick or they're so good that they don't bother getting stuck in there? Or are these things just glitched out and it's not working? I don't know on that one, guys. That's kind of, huh. That's not what I was hoping for. These guys definitely are a pain in the butt, and I'm glad that they get stuck. So I'm more than fine with that. If that's, you know, the trade-off is these little dudes are able to run right past it, but the bigger guys get stuck in it, yeah, I could live with that. And I can use the wood traps on the smaller guys if I absolutely had to. These guys should not be able to attack me if they're in cages, or they should not be able to hurt me if they're in a cage. But I don't think he's in the cage. I think he's like right outside the cage. This guy should have been trapped, but he wasn't. I guess maybe that guy's glitched and he's actually in that one. It just shows him in the other one. Because this guy did get trapped in this one. So that's fine. They're doing fantastic. I'm actually doing really, really well against these waves. Far more than I thought I would. Holy crap, guys. Get up here. Get up here, get up here, get up here. Oh, man. I had to say it, didn't I? I had to say it. My guys are doing really well against these waves. Oh my god. I need to fill in this hole. I forgot to do that. It's one of the reasons I got rid of the elevator in the first place. Is just so I could seal that hole up and stop having these guys fall down right on top of this. But I completely spaced on that. They have been beating on this for a while. I would not be surprised if they're about to bust through it at any moment. But thankfully, the Tesla towers are kind of wiping the floor with them. Jeez, look how many beholders are over here, man. Dang, and one of my guys is low on health. Who is it? Oh, go rest, man. No, go rest. Oh, jeez. Come on, kill him. Kill him. Holy crap. No. What are you doing? Oh, they're inside my base, guys. Jeez, how did they get in here? Where are they coming from? Well, they didn't bust through over there. Where did they bust through? Oh, over here on this side. That's right. I got a couple holes on my base now, and they're kind of coming through from all angles. I definitely need to take advantage, or not take advantage of that, fix that, so they can stop taking advantage of that. You guys are fine. You need to go rest. I love it how they completely disregard everything I say. Go to sleep. Do it. Do it. Doing nothing. Go to sleep. I know you have a bed. No, attacking enemy. Wow. Why he will not go to bed for some reason. I do not know why, guys. That's kind of messed up. I want you guys to come down here and attack him. You can stay up here where it's nice and safe, where I know you're not going to die. But guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. As I said before, in between this episode and the next, I'm going to go ahead and start picking up all these resources and getting more of the blocks and stuff that I need. I don't know why it's lagging out there. I might be running out of space on my hard drive. But again, guys, thanks for watching. And until next time.